Hi, welcome back to Across the Lines News and Analysis. I'm Bobby,
I'm Frank.
and we have a whole lot to talk about today. But before we start, I would like to tell you guys to please like and subscribe to our channel. We're really trying to build this up, and you guys would be a whole lot of help. But without further ado, let's get into our first topic today, and that is the $110 billion arms deal to Saudi Arabia. So basically, this is left over from the Obama administration. It carried over into the Trump administration. We are basically selling $110 billion worth of arms and military equipment to Saudi Arabia. And there are a lot of perspectives on that. And Frank, would you like to start?
Now, you can look at it from the perspective of they are a stable regime in the area, and they do help in the fight in terror against certain groups. They tend to fund and help other groups. But there's also the perspective of we claim to be the moral world police per se, and stand for certain values that Saudi Arabia really is the polar opposite of. They are practically ISIS that made it. Now, a lot of the arms that they bought are most likely get used in human rights violations. Another thing that needs to be considered is, yes, this was a sale. A U.S. arms manufacturer made a good amount of money off of this military-industrial complex. Very happy about it, but $110 billion goes to Lockheed Martin. It's not necessarily going to help the U.S. economy, and it's going to help prop up an awful regime.
Yeah, the main part of this is really that we always claim to have the moral high ground by fighting groups like ISIS, by fighting Iran, which obviously are...
No, we're not really fighting Iran.
Not fighting, but we're...
You know.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying. The point is that Saudi Arabia, is our ally, and they are one of the most brutal regimes in the world. They don't allow any type of public dissent. It just doesn't happen. They don't allow, it's mainly a Sunni Arab country. And
look at women's rights in Saudi Arabia.
I'm pretty sure they're not even allowed to drive cars, right?
They may have recently changed that,
but
it recently changed that. Even if that is the case, that's more than enough.
They don't allow Shiites to basically have any high profile jobs in the country. It's just it's
a Muslim theocracy.
Yeah,
exactly.
An authoritarian regime. They don't and they what do they have? The religious police. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, they have the religious police.
They only allow Muslims to be citizens, pretty much. It's a very brutal regime, and we're giving them $110 billion in.
Well, not giving them. We're making a sale. Which, people will argue, you're making a sale, you're making money. But it's not the country making money necessarily. It's Lockheed Martin, the military-industrial complex, which this leads to a much bigger issue, which is the fact that we seem to fund wars on all sides at this point. We sell arms to most of the world, even regimes like this, which is a perfect example of an immoral regime that stands for everything we claim to stand against.
Yeah, it's just something that really doesn't... I don't think it personally... it helps because Saudi Arabia is a stable regime, and it can help in the fight against other groups such as ISIS, but... And
it does help... it keeps the region stable. It's beneficial in that way.
But I don't necessarily think fighting fire with fire really solves the regional problem in that area.
No, it's just in that situation, we're just replacing one bad guy with another.
Exactly.
And in this case, it's not even really replacing. It's the bad guy who's already established. We're just helping stay established.
And it's already commonly known that the majority of the of Saudi Arabians on 9/11 were the ones that hijacked the plane.
The majority of the hijackers. From Saudi Arabia.
And it doesn't really make sense to do this. And when you really want America to become a better place.
Because it definitely hurts America's perception to the global community and undermines what our claims of what we stand for. Which I think does more harm than helping out Saudi Arabia militarily does us good. But again, like most political issues, this is complicated and has many different ways of looking at it. We just want to give you the both sides and inform you as to what is going on.
And it's also important to highlight that Saudi Arabia doesn't necessarily need this arms deal because they are third in the world in military spending. Obviously not on the level of us because we blow everyone out of the water. But they have the military capabilities to address their own regional issues. They don't need this arms deal. It's just adding more fire to the fire.
Honestly. It's just dumping fuel on the fire. But that said, we'll keep you informed as anything develops with this, which I feel like this one might be a pretty closed case.
Yeah, this is pretty much done.
But one more little interesting detail that while this deal was being done, Jared Kushner was the one who apparently helped negotiate them a better deal by directly contacting Lockheed Martin. So that's just a little interesting tidbit to throw at the end of there. But that said, we're across the lines. Remember to like and subscribe, and check out our content that's going to be out shortly.
Thanks
again for watching.